Hello, how are you doing? In this video, we're going to talk about how small choices shape big outcomes. And to begin with, let me tell you something real. Your life right now is a reflection of the choices you've made up to this point. Every single decision, whether big or small, has either brought you closer to your goals or pulled you further away. Think about that for a second. The good news, you're in control. The bad news, if you're unhappy with where you are, it's on you to make a change. But here's the thing, I get it, life isn't easy and every one of us is dealing with something. I myself have a chronic condition, I didn't have a father figure, blah blah blah. Growing up, my life often felt like a war. But even with all of that, I'm proud of the choices I am making to move forward. And I want the same for you. Today, we're talking about how the small choices you make every day can shape your future. Let's get into it. Let's begin with why small choices even matter. First, let's get one thing straight. It's not the big flashy moments or the grand gestures that define your life. It's these small everyday choices. Think of it this way. Every choice is a vote for the person you want to become. You choose to hit snooze or get up early. You choose to scroll mindlessly on your phone or spend 10 minutes learning something new. These decisions might feel insignificant in the moment, but over time they're everything. Here's a simple example. Imagine someone who drinks soda every day versus someone who drinks water. At the end of 1 week, there's barely any difference, but over the course of a year, the first person has consumed mountains of sugar. And I'm not saying to cut off sugar or sodas entirely, but just in relative comparison, is this a better choice? While the second person has built a foundation for better health, one small choice made consistently leads to two completely different outcomes. This applies to every area of your life, your health, your finances, your relationships, even your mindset. Don't underestimate the power of those tiny, seemingly unimportant decisions. They matter and they add up. Every time you make a small choice, you're casting a vote for the person you want to be. The compounding effect of habits. This is where consistency becomes your superpower. Small choices compound over time. They stack like bricks, building the life you want or tearing it down. The problem is, most people give up because they don't see results immediately. Let me tell you something. The results of good choices and bad ones always show up. They're just delayed, but it will show up. Think about this. Reading 5 pages a day doesn't seem like much, but in a year, you've finished over a dozen books. Compare that to someone who spends their evenings binge watching TV. Again, I'm not saying never to do that, but you get the point. Who's going to be closer to their goals? It's not about making huge leaps. It's about steady, consistent steps in the right direction. Now, I also want to acknowledge something important. We're all different. Your pace may not look like someone else's, and that's okay. There will be ups and downs. You might fall off track. I've had days where my condition slowed me down or my responsibilities felt overwhelming. But here's the truth. Those struggles don't have to be forever excuses. They're obstacles, not roadblocks. And here's a really important aspect. Taking accountability. Here's where I need you to be honest with yourself. You are responsible for your life, period. Not your parents, not your circumstances, not the people around you. It's you. Yes, life throws challenges your way. I know this firsthand. But at the end of the day, your choices decide whether you rise above them or let them hold you back. My life wasn't easy, but I had my mom. She was enough. Instead of dwelling on what I didn't have, I started focusing on what I did have. Gratitude became my foundation. Yes, I have a chronic condition, but I also had a passion for sports. So I choose to pursue what I could instead of fixating on what I couldn't. The point is, your struggles don't define you. Your choices do. And by taking ownership of your choices, you take ownership of your life. Lastly, some actionable steps for you. Now that we've talked about why small choices matter, here's what you can do starting today. Choose one area to improve. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to change everything. Focus on one thing, whether it's your health, your habits, or your mindset, just something. Start small, but stay consistent. Want to get healthier? Start with a 10-minute walk every day. Want to grow your mind? Read just 5 pages. The key is small steps done daily. Track your progress. Use a journal, an app, or even a simple checklist to keep yourself accountable. And cut the excuses. Life isn't going to wait for you. Start now, even if it's messy. Waiting for the perfect time is just another excuse. Surround yourself with the right people. Your environment matters. The people around you and the content you consume will either push you forward or pull you back. Choose wisely. To end with, the person you want to become is built by choices you make today. Every decision, no matter how small, either takes you closer to that version of yourself or further away. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to move fast, but you do have to move. So I'll leave you with this. Better is always by choice, not by chance. What will you choose? Let me know in the comments what small change you're committing to today. Let's do this together.